Gundam Evolution is the new upcoming hero shooter game from Bandai Namco Online. Which is a thing now, I guess. I don't know, that's what it says on Steam. While the full game is set to release sometime this year, they've been holding an NT, which stands for Network Test. Not to be confused with the other Gundam NT, Gundam Narrative. I've been playing it a lot during the few days it's been up, and I have some thoughts and feelings. And I haven't uploaded to this channel in almost a year, so might as well pump out a video talking about it. The game features a varied cast of mobile suits, from the original RX-78 Gundam to Turn A to Barbados to GM Sniper. Sorry, there are how many different Gundam series? And they decided that GM but with a sniper, and the fucking gun tank were a good varied starting cast? Bizarre cast choices aside, the units are all mostly varied in terms of ability and general game feel. There isn't a clear-cut division of tank, healer, offense, defense, etc. like Overwatch has, which is pretty refreshing. That's not to say that there aren't units that will, and probably should, see play every match, but we'll get to those later. Now, as much as this game is a hero shooter like Overwatch, it does a lot to set itself apart from those before it, with the quintessential dash ability that is a must-have in every Gundam game, to actually having a down state and being able to revive teammates before they're forced to respawn. Those may not seem like drastic changes at first, but it creates for a totally different gameplay feel, where staying as a group and working together feels so much more necessary and key to winning matches. And since this system exists, there isn't really as much of a need for a dedicated healer character like a Mercy or whatever Paladin's character does that. I don't know, do people still play that game? That's not to say that characters don't have healing abilities, because a lot of them do. Like Methus, for example, is the closest to Mercy you can get, having a healing beam that he attaches to teammates, but it's not as oppressive or game-changing as Mercy's heal might be, and it's still completely possible to kill whoever he's healing. Well, unless it's Sazabi. Alright, I can't ignore them any longer. Let's address the elephant in the room: character balance. For the most part, the cast is pretty even in terms of utility, damage, and playability, but there are a few outliers that are either better or worse than the rest. Those who have played the network test know these two characters without me even mentioning their names. Sazabi and Barbados are easily the best two characters in the game, and it's pretty much inarguable. In my humble opinion, Sazabi is the stronger of these two. In a game where every game mode has some kind of point to capture or hold, having an absolute wall who can put up an extremely tanky shield and outlast your food supply, outlive your entire family, and survive the heat death of the universe is pretty fucking good, it turns out. And if that wasn't enough, he does some of the best damage in the game, and he has a stun. And despite being slow, has the ability to dash to any teammate or his dumb little fucking tomahawk. He can literally do everything. And you may think that he sounds pretty unkillable, and it can definitely feel that way sometimes, but there is a counter. Which brings me to the second most broken character in the game: Barbados. Barbados is one of the two melee-only oriented characters in the game. He has 2 stuns, 3 dashes, a big-ass jump, and he can essentially combo any character in the game to death, with minimal effort. If he touches you, you better pray that your team is nearby or else you are dead, and it's really just that simple. The reason Barbados is a hard counter to Sazabi is for the simple fact that he doesn't give a shit about shields. This isn't something unique to Barbados necessarily, but he gets the most advantage out of running up to any character in the game and smacking them down and wiping them off the face of the earth. There is, however, a third broken character that many people do not recognize, but he will not leave this video unscathed. I am not talking about GM, but GM Sniper 2. This motherfucker looks so innocent, but he is just as scary as those 2 other absolute demons. Why, you may ask? Barbados, despite being able to combo people to death, does not one-shot, and requires a follow-up to secure the kill. But this motherfucker can actually just one-shot lower health units, just by getting a headshot. That's it. His gun is hit scan. It's not like it's a huge ask just to bop a poor defenseless little Zaku in his dome piece. The one thing keeping this guy from being on the same level as the other two is the prevalence of shields in this game. His bullets, thankfully, do not pierce shields, so if a Sozabi or a GM is standing in front of that squishy little Zaku, there is still hope. Just don't peek around a corner or else you're dead. They really gave this motherfucker an op. He's kind of like Widowmaker, except his ass isn't as fat. I really could not get through that. Now that I've gone over all the units that need nerfs in the game, you may be asking, Robogori, oh wise content creator, oh bald one, are there any units that need buffs? Any units that are underpowered? And honestly, for the most part the answer is no. The game is fairly balanced, even with those brick shithouses zipping around. But there is one. Turn A Gundam. Please, Bandai. Please. Just give him something. Every other unit does his job better than him. The only things he has going for him are his ability to become a butterfly and nuke the tri-state area, and his grab, which technically counters Barbados, but it's extremely risky and hard to land. His gun sucks ass and dick, and I love to play him, but for the love of God, just give him a damage buff or something, Bandai, please. I'll do anything. Please. Please.